Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's David Hodge. Welcome. This is a continuation of the 7 churches exposed. Today's topic, Satan. All right, brothers and sisters. Now, many try to explain who Satan is. Your enemies, the devils, which many believe that devils and demons are spiritual, invisible entities that you can't see, that you're fighting. Devils and demons and Satan and all this. These are the beliefs that they want you to believe, that these things are invisible, that you can't see them, that you can't identify them because they're invisible, but you're fighting them in a spiritual realm somewhere, you see, but you don't have any control over these devils and demons. You have to stay prayed up, which prayers don't work, and have to have faith in God. But God is spooky and some mystery God that never speaks to you when you call out to him, because that God doesn't exist. There is no spooky spiritual God. God is a man. You see, we are gods. We are gods. You see, gods is just another name for people. Angels are another name for people. Devils are another name for people. Demons are another name for people. Certain individuals, just like Satan. Satan is an individual nation of people. You see, the devil is your enemy who took you from your land, took you and brought you here. You see, and programmed you and conditioned you and raped your women and produced their black-faced demon children, half devil, half man. And Satan is one that American Britain has established in Palestine to steal your inheritance, to steal your image. So they've created false Israel, which is Satan. See, to counter your claim as the true seed of Abraham, because they found out who you was. When the messenger proclaimed that you were the true seed of Abraham, they set false Israel up. You see, so they want you to believe that these individuals, you see, devils and demons and Satan, can't be seen, but they can, because they in fact real people, is what I was getting to. You see, so they want to keep it hidden so you won't identify them, so you won't know who your enemies are, because if you can't identify your enemy, then you are your enemy. So they don't want you to identify them. They don't want to be identified. But that's what we do here. That's what the 7 churches is about. It's about identifying Satan, telling you that Satan has stolen your image. Satan has invested in your destruction. He has full-blown invested in your destruction. You see, he's the one shoving out the cash. He's the one investing in it 24/7. He's the one investing in the social media, investing in the mainstream media, in the music, in the industry, and all these things, the movies, all these things that you see and watch and you hear, and he's in control of those things. He's the one causing you to receive the bad information you getting to make bad decisions in your life. He's the one that making sure that you go all the way down the drain, torture your image, terrorize and torture you with Christianity and all these things, you see, because they're all in on these things to terrorize and torture you and make you miserable and have you acting other than yourself, taking in bad information and doing other than self, committing fornication and eating things sacrificed to idols. You see, having you taking in bad information and acting other than self. You see, having you lower your discipline, lower your level of thinking, keep you below their level of thinking so they can maintain control over you and feed you crap, feed you bad information, have you doing to destroy yourself, all to tear your image up, to torture your image, to destroy your credibility, because these people, these individuals, have indeed stolen your image, and the best way to do it is to destroy the person's image who you stolen, so no one believes them when they come forth and say, "Hey, this individual stole my identity. I'm who he claimed to be." And they made us into clowns, fools, entertainers, punks, fools, pimps, hoes, prostitutes, You see, they ruin our image. They got us sagging and wearing certain clothing and sandals, and you see uneducated savages. These are the images they paint for you because they want you to look like a bunch of fools, comedians, clowns, dummies, idiots, no brains, no this, no that, no. You see, bunch of dancing fools who entertain the world, who don't have any sense, who don't read, who don't do anything, who don't produce. They just consume. They don't do for themselves. They depend on other people. You see, this is the image that they painted for you. So when they do away with you, no one gives a damn. You see, but Satan is the one in control of these things. He's the God of this world, Satan. You see, and that's what we do here, to reveal, expose, and address Satan, to target Satan directly, target him, attack him, magnify, highlight, penetrate Satan, narrow down on who Satan is, chip at the face of Satan, and peel back and break the mask and reveal Satan. Shine the light on the truth, who Satan is, which the scriptures tell you in the 7 churches, which is Revelation chapters 2 and 3. It tell you in verse 9, both chapters, it says, I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, of the one saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but they are lying. And it says what? Jesus said, and the blasphemy out of the one saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. You see? So the scriptures is clear on who Satan is. And if you see what's going on in the Middle East, it's clear on who Satan is too. Because it said, know a tree by the fruit it bears. Know them by their works. And what are they doing? Killing innocent women and children. Blowing up innocent women and children. Going around knocking down and shooting and killing innocent people. Starving and killing the citizens and the children. Starving them out. You see? Preventing them from getting food and water and resources and stuff that they need to survive. Killing them. You see? That's what they do, right? This is works of Satan. So if you see what they're doing the works of Satan. And it says here that they're Satan, synagogues of Satan. Who are the ones who have synagogues? False Israel, right? They're the ones who have synagogues. And it says what? Synagogues of what? Satan. It says the ones saying Jews, right? Aren't they the Jews? And they claim to be Jewish people. And it says the ones saying themselves Jews being not they are, but they are lying, right? And it says the blasphemy, which is a lie, a violation against God, saying what? Because they're lying, saying what? Out of their mouth, it's an act against God, saying that they are God's chosen people, that they're the Jews. But it says what? It says they're Satan. You see? So, in fact, that's exactly what is going on. And you have the demons, the blackface, right? You have false Israel's blackface children like Louis Farrakhan. He's a son of a devil. His father is a Portuguese Jew. He's a false Israel who's telling you devils ain't devils, and false Israel and the Jews are good. Some are good. It's just a satanic one. No, they all are bad. That's what. You see, it says not one of them are good. It says none of them. It says not one of them are righteous. You see, it says that there is none that is righteous. That's what it says. It says there's none that is righteous. There is none that understand. They can't. They don't have the mind. They don't have the same mind as we do. Their ways are contrary from the fathers. They don't think like we do. They're weak and wicked. You see, it said there's none that seek after God. They can't. They had no fear of consequence for their eyes. Look what they're doing now. Look what they've been doing to us. Look at these people, these individuals, these monsters, they're beasts, they're hideous, twisted people. There's none that seek after God because they can't, because they wouldn't be doing all the things they're doing now. You see? So it says they have all turned aside. They are together become worthless. There is none that does good, no, not so much as one. That's what it says. And it says, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep to Satan, that none of them was righteous, that not one of them was good, not one. And it says what? That even Satan would disguise himself as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan. Satan, who was the God of this world, who has blinded the minds of those who do not believe, because they deceived them and told them that they are God's chosen people. And they call the shots. You see, they're the ones influencing you, so you can't see because you're blinded by what they putting out for you to see, and for you they're conditioning you. You see, programming you, keeping you involved in this American dream, which is your destruction. So you're unable to see the glorious light of this good news that's going to save your life. So you don't understand this message, which is the teaching of this. And that's why it says as many ones as not are having the teaching this, which is the 7 churches, which is going to lift you up, lift you out of the devil's reality, get your thinking level past the devil's reality so you can escape his reality and make it home. Get out of this situation. you see, and save your people. But they said what? It said the people out of vision will what? Perish. So they make sure they don't give it to you. They give you the American dream because the American dream is tailored to your destruction. And they have you pushing your destruction. And they have the demons in your way. They're the ones supporting the demons, paying them out max amounts to keep you entertained, to keep you blindsided, to keep you brainwashed, to keep you within the programming, keeping you maintaining you misusing your energy and causing confusion and misleading you down the wrong road. They're the entertainers, they're the comedians, they're the actors, they're the ones on the right. They're the right. They're the right celebrities, whatever. You see, politics, this, that. The blacks you see that's doing well are Master's children. Oprah, Denzel, Jay-Z, Beyonce, J. Cole, whatever, Drake, Lil Wayne, whoever. Those individuals, you see, those are Master's children. So you see, they put them in your way to show you how to be yourself. But that's not you. That's them. That's their black-faced children. They teach you how to be fools. They teach you all the things that they teach you all the things that they're not even doing themselves. They're just doing it because they're getting paid to destroy your image, getting paid to make sure you don't become nothing but whatever they project for you to see, which is destroying you. And then you trying to chase that because you think this is what it comes with. It comes with money. It comes with fame. It comes with all these things that you think you're going to grasp and you think you're going to obtain or achieve, but you can't, because this reality was designed for devils and demons to thrive, and it's totally against you, and you'll die trying to get where they are, because you can't, because you've always been, you're not Master's children. So the only one that can get in the house is Master's children. That's why they was called house Negroes. The demons were Master's children. That's why they was in the house. They've always lived better than you. They always had more than you. They've always had that. They've always had more than you would ever have, because they are indeed devils in black skin. So this is the game they're running, you see? And they helping Satan because that's their devil daddy. And they in the way. And they're making sure that you don't get this message, because they, like I said, the people out of vision will perish. So they don't give you your vision. They don't give you the Abraham covenant. They don't tell you about that you was going home, that you went through 400 years of servitude affliction, and now your enemies are being judged, and everybody's in your way, and everybody turned their back on you, and now they do consequence, and the people who judge you do consequence, and you're on your way out. All you gotta do is get your right mind, get your nature, upload this information, see who your enemies are, so you know who your enemies are for yourself, so you'll be able to identify and you'll walk around better. You have your protection around you, and you deflect everything that's coming at you, because it said no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So you have the right information. Now you're doing better. You know better, you do better. Now you're telling your people what's going on, and now they see what's going on. They moving different. Now they telling people what to do and how to do it. And you see, and now we're moving forward. You see, that's how it's supposed to go. But you got devils and demons. You know, you got our people thinking that devils are cool, because said what? You got Louis Farrakhan saying devils ain't devils no more, and that we ain't going nowhere, that we're taking 6, 7 states, that this is the promised land, that our blood, sweat, and tears are here, and we ain't going nowhere. You see, it's all a tactic to destroy you. You see, to keep you sidetracked, to keep you blind, to keep you lost into believing that everything's okay, that slavery happened years ago, that they didn't do that. These devils didn't do that to you. That was their forefathers, but they ain't in a rush to give nothing back. They ain't in a rush to give you back nothing that they took, that the ancestors took from you. They ain't in a rush to put you back on the land that you had. They're not quick to tell you about what they did to you, the Holocaust, rape, murder, and genocide. They ain't in a rush to tell you about that, but they tell you it's a theory, but it ain't no goddamn theory. You see, everything that happened to us was factual. Everything that happened to us was 100% accurate and precise. It was terror and torture and misery and oppression, complete dehumanization past imaginable. You see, our experience is not a joke, and they play with it, and it's not a game. You see, and that's what they want you to believe. That stuff didn't happen. It was a theory. It could have happened, might have happened. We don't really know. You know, y'all was already over here. Y'all was a such and such indigenous people. And what's this all get along? What's this all this love each other? God is love, and we love you. And interracial marriage and let's just get together, let's all be one big family and we are one human race and it's these devils and demons, we all fighting. No, 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 no. Everyone, you either original or you a devil. You a son of a devil. And that's the difference, you see? So they want you to believe that you are the same as them. No, you're not. You're original. You're God's chosen people, and they're the son of a devil. You see, their father's the devil, made to make mischief and shed blood. That's what they're doing, making mischief. They're causing interferences with your salvation. They're here to destroy you. They're in your way. So, like I explained. That's what we're here to do. Expose Satan, tell you about Satan, target Satan, attack Satan, magnify Satan, highlight what's taking place. Satan is the one that's about to go down. Satan is on his way out. You see what's going on in the Middle East? You see what's taking place? They killing up individuals, children, women, families, citizens. Look how they doing them, putting them under siege. You see? Going in, killing them, trying to destroy them, committing genocide, which is an abomination, a desolation. And that's the focus. That's the focus point, because it says that when 2020 came in, that was the judgment, right? The plague that came, it killed the firstborn, meaning the elder would pass over those with the lamb's blood. It didn't pass over them, but it was supposed to, because they supposed to be God's chosen people, but it passed over us. It passed over Africa. It passed over Hades. It passed over our people because we had the same DNA as the Lamb. We was original, but they weren't. It was supposed to pass over false Israel, but that's Satan. It didn't. It didn't pass over them. It didn't pass over the devils in America. It didn't pass over none of the European nations, none of the Caucasian nations. You see, they all got hit, but it's supposed to pass over them, right? So that was a sign to them that they were in trouble. They were taught exodus out the womb. So when the plague came in, it didn't pass over them, it passed over us, which wasn't supposed to happen, right? Because they're so-called God's chosen people. So they knew that their time was limited. Now you see them acting out in the manner they're acting out in, because they know that their time is up. You see? So, right, I'm saying all this to say that now it says what? Their time is up. And now you see that their time is up. You see it in their actions. Now their actions aren't matching up with their image anymore. It says that they would disguise themselves as an angel, but now they are Satan. It said they built a wall to protect themselves, and then God put it in their minds to dismantle their own walls. And now they're showing you their true colors. They're showing you what they're about. They're killing innocent women and children. They've oppressed the Palestinians for 70 plus years. Look what they're doing. They're doing the works of God, are doing the works of Satan. It says Satan was the God of this world. So you see the reflection of the world. It's Satan's reality. And now they're showing you who they really are. You see? And it said right, that's what I'm saying. It said all things would fail when 2020 came in. Everything would backfire. And that's exactly what's been happening. And so their propaganda and all their media and all the stuff that they roll and they run and they control, it's all backfiring on them. All their actions, everything's backfiring on them. It said they inherit what they say and do. So they putting people in the siege. They starving out women and children, dehydrating, making children and women malnutrition, and killing and doing all these things to the Palestinians. It said they inherit what they do. It said they inherit what they say and what they do. So now this will be the greatest sign in our time of day. This will be the greatest sign, because we know, like I said, we speak about the abomination of desolation. You see, which is a great sign for our people, because it says that's going to be the trigger that's going to that's going to trigger the attack of all blacks, which our people need to know that their life is in danger, And now you see it, because it says you have to see it. So this will be this, because like I said, we know that the abomination, desolation of false Israel's destruction when they lose the war against Iran, which they are going to lose. But how will that happen? How will this abomination, desolation happen? Because they would be the ones committing the act of abomination of desolation, which would then be a reflection of the consequence that's headed their way. So this is the greatest sign that these pastors and preachers and reverends and docs and spiritual leaders and so-called activists and people who care about blacks and supposed to be warning blacks and supposed to be putting you up on game and supposed to be connected in, supposed to be woke, but they fake woke. You know what I'm saying? Fake woke folk. The people that's supposed to be all the way up, but they down for real. You see what I'm saying? They ain't really got no real knowledge. They don't really know nothing. They just got good luck on their life because they demons. You see? So they just getting away. They got a little money and they got a little following because they got good luck in their life, but they don't know what the hell they talking about, because if they did, They be telling you about what I'm telling you about. They be telling you about the abomination, the desolation that's going on in Gaza right now that Satan is doing to them, tearing and destroying and committing genocide on their people. And that's exactly what's going to happen to him, you see? And they be telling you that Satan stole your identity, that Satan is trying to destroy you 24/7, and he doesn't that they do this day in, day out, nonstop, constantly trying to destroy you, keeping you from your image, keeping you from finding out who you are, because if you find out who you are, then that means that they're in trouble. Now you realize that they're the ones who did all these things to you, that they stole your image, that they in on your destruction, that they don't want you alive. You see? And it said, and the thing is, they have to keep you down to stay lifted up. So everybody's using you to stay lifted up. So if you lift up, that's consequence. They coming down, and they coming down hard with consequence. You see? So right now, what's taking place is the abomination, desolation in Gaza. Everything, what's taking place in Gaza. You see, that's the abomination. This would be the sign for you to see. The abomination, desolation is headed to Israel's way. It's headed that way. You see? Let's look at it. This is what's going on in Gaza, brothers and sisters. This is what the so-called the angels, right? The good people, God's chosen people are doing. But we know they're wicked and evil and twisted. And it said, know a tree by the fruit it bears, know them by their works. So let's check their works out.
بنسمعكم يابا.
Look at him, looking for his son. This is what Satan does. This is what Satan does. It's the works of Satan. They could have went about these things a whole nother way. They could have did direct incision attacks. They blew up whole buildings, blowing up children, innocent women and children to get to whoever they were trying to claim they was getting to. Then they said to hell with it. They start killing up everybody because they really trying to commit genocide on the Palestinians to do away with them, period. So they don't have to mess with them ever again. They don't have to worry about that again. You see? So that's what's going on here. You see what's going on? You see? Let's keep rolling. Look at him, looking for his mother, looking for his family. That's what's going on. This is what Satan is doing. This is what Satan. It's the act of Satan. You see? Know them by their works. Look. They didn't have to do this. They didn't have to do this. This is an abomination. It's an abomination of desolation. You see? This is causing hate. This is causing hatred. This is causing disgust and hatred towards towards Israel. You see, people they can't. This is abominable. And then their destruction. They're killing the people. They're killing the children. They're killing the women. Look at it. Look at this picture. Look at this woman and her child. Look at her bleeding, full of ashes and dust. You see, and everybody around them. They look at the destruction. Look at this. Look at the little boy sitting there starving to death. And these children, everybody trying to gather up with their children, and they panicking and they frantic and they hungry, they starving, they panic, they scared. You see, this is what Satan does: tearing up families, tearing up individuals, killing people. You see, this is what Satan does. So it sound like the works of God, or it sound like Satan. See, Satan. And what's this? You see, this is a 10-year-old boy that they killed. The same little boy I said was starving there. And this is a picture of him when he was semi-healthy. You see, that was the beginning stages, and it show you all the way through. Now look at him. They completely killed that boy, starved him out. Look at him. Look, that's what they're doing. This is what Satan is doing. It said, know a tree by the fruit it bears, know them by their works. And look what they're doing. They're killing innocent children. Killing children. They trying to play their sympathy card that they good people. That, oh, look what happened to us. Look, but they did that. That was their fault. What happened to them why they was getting burnt up and why they was in gas chambers? Because they betrayed the Germans in World War I and helped Britain win that war. That's why they was getting burnt up, because the German Jews betrayed Germany. They helped Britain win that war against them. And That's why they was getting burnt up, because when Hitler rose to power, he promised to get them back, because that's a universal concept to do away with traitors. See? So then they played that sympathy card when they found out who we was. They found out we were true seed Abraham, so they lifted them up and got them out of that situation and gave them that land. They promised him 26 years ago when they established them in there in 1948. They promised that they would give them Palestine 26 years ago, but they didn't give it to them until they found out what? That we were the true seed of Abraham. So then they counter our claim, stopped killing them people, put them up in that land, and now they've been playing that sympathy card since the Holocaust. Only having 5-6 years of stuff that you deserved. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they playing, their sympathy card. And now they trying to act like they fit the scriptures, but they don't. Try to fit like they fit the Abraham covenant, but they don't, because they're not Semites. They're hitting everybody with anti-Semitism, but they're the real anti-Semites. They're the real anti-Christ. They're the ones against God. It says the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews be themselves and not they are, but Satan. They're the ones that's in the way. They're the ones that's the anti-Christ, totally against us, came into existence around the same time as the Christ did, the messenger of the covenant, and you see? These people are terrible, hideous monsters, you see? And they claiming to be us. And now it's showing that they're Satan, you see? It's showing that they're Satan. Satan. That's what they are, you see? And it said, know them by their works, know them by what they do. Look at what they doing, you see? It said actions speak louder than words. Look at what they're doing. You see? And they're not having no shame in it. In America don't have any shame in it either, because they're backing them. They're the ones that established them. They're the ones that's giving them weapons, fueling them with weapons to knock down the Palestinians. You see, they just as guilty. They're doing the same thing. They're the ones arming them. Right. There it is. You see? So they're just as guilty, because they have to help Israel, because that's the mask that they use, that they're hiding behind, because they're terrorizing God's chosen people, us, the black men and women of America. They're utilizing Israel to their advantage, because they have to go along with their lie. So now they have to cover for Israel. They have to cover for false Israel. They have to go along with whatever they're doing, because they've done worse. They terrorized us for 400 plus years. Murder, rape, genocide, decapitation, burnt alive, killed our children, put our children in cages, fed our children to gators, stomped our babies' heads in with the horses, all type of stuff. You see? And they rap sheet is worse too. They done stuff to other nations. You see? And this is the thing. These are all the signs that you need to know, because this abomination of desolation is headed to false Israel's way. And this is what they should be talking about. Telling you about the abomination of desolation. You see? But they too busy telling you this.
And forget what the news is saying. God's chosen people are the Israelites. With that being said, continue to pray for them. Forget what everybody else is saying. Continue to pray for Israel. In Psalm 122, verse 4 through 6, it even says it. And for those of you who don't know the verse, I will gladly read it to you. All of the tribes of Israel, the Lord's people, make their pilgrimage here. They come to give thanks to the name of the Lord, as the law requires of Israel. Here stand the thrones where judgment is given, the thrones of the dynasty of David. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. May all who love this city prosper. With that being said, stop thinking that humans, what they say, is the truth, because nothing but God's word is the truth. And for those who continue to laugh about what's going on in Israel, just remember, you are messing with God's chosen people. What social media is saying, and forget what the...
So you hear that? That's how these sick devils think. Pray for Israel. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. Oh, the hell with what everybody else saying. Don't worry about what they talking about, what they doing. Don't worry about them blowing up innocent women and children. Don't worry about them starving out and killing children and blowing up children and shooting up people and going through killing and massacring, murdering people and committing genocide on the Palestinians. Don't worry about none of that. Worry about what's going on. Worry about their God's people. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to what humans say. Listen to God. You see? That's what it say. Listen to God. Are you serious? It said, oh, people of the book, why do you deny the messages of Allah and Allah's witness to all that you do? You see? So what are you saying? It says here that it says what? It says, you sure you want to play those games? It says that you believe in one part and don't believe in the other because you said listen to God. But what did God say? God said that what? He said that Satan would disguise himself as an angel of light. But he was what? He was Satan. He said the one saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, but what? Satan. He said the blasphemy out of the one saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, but Satan. He said that what? What else did he say? He said, as many ones as not are having a teaching this, who not they knew the things deeper than Satan, that Satan was not righteous. That there was none righteous. There was none that seek after God. There was none that understood. He said that they all become worthless. That there was none that there was none that does good. No, not so much as one. You see? So are you calling Jesus a liar? Are you saying Jesus don't know what the hell he's talking about? Are you saying that the scriptures are incorrect? Are you saying Jesus' word is flawed? Or is you a hypocrite? That's probably what you are. That's exactly what you are. A liar, a hypocrite, and a damn punk. You see? That's what y'all are. Monsters, beasts. Fools, you see? A bunch of dummies, you see? So it tells you here. This is what God said. It said that God said your father's the devil. You see? So you want to play those games? Oh, don't listen to what they say. Listen to what God said. Well, God said your father's the devil. Jesus said your father's the devil. He said that your father's a man killers, made to make mischief and shed blood, weak and wicked, went out killing, stealing, destroy. Stealing other people's belongings because you couldn't create your own nothing. You see? He said your ways are contrary from the fathers. That you're wicked. You're evil. You see? And you're going to be destroyed. You see? So, right now, this should be talked about. This should be highlighted up at your pastors and preachers and your social media outlets. And everybody should be talking about the abomination, the desolation. People that's black for sure, because blacks are the ones that's in danger. Because when abomination, desolation happened, you see, with false Israel, they destroyed. You see, that's what it say, right? Because there's going to be abomination, desolation, and false Israel because look what they're doing to the Palestinians. It said all things will fail. All things will backfire, ricochet. You see, boomerang, hit them back. It said they'll hear what they say and do. And now that's what's going to happen to them. Abomination, desolation. Abomination, that's not supposed to happen. You see? And their destruction. You see? Because it says what? When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know what? Know that their destruction is near. Who controls Jerusalem? Jerusalem is the capital of what? False Israel is, which means they're going to be destroyed. Not redeemed or punished, but destroyed. Which proves that they're not who they claim to be. They're not the true seed of Abraham because it says what? They're Satan. It says, because when it said, once God placed the holy people in their land, once God placed the chosen people in their land, they're not to be uprooted or removed. So if they get uprooted or removed, then that means that they're not who they claim to be. And they Satan. You see? And then who has second claim? You do. And that's what's going to trigger the attack of all blacks because that's going to send shockwaves through the planet because the world is structured around the idea that false Israel is the true seed of Abraham. And that means that's how they mental. That's their safety net. That's their mental balance. That's their beam of balance. That's how they function. That's what made them feel good. That's how they felt copacetic. That was their therapy. That's how they were walking around straight on a straight path because they built a crooked path to make this seem like they was good people. They built that reality that they were good people because they told you false Israel's God's chosen people. So it said, bless those who bless Israel. So they blessed Israel. So they said, we're blessed. And they cursed you and said you were Ham. Cursed Ham, meant to be slaves forever. You was nothing. And they terrorized and tortured you and oppressed you. And they justify why they did all these things to you because you were nothing. God hated you. He cursed you black. And we can do whatever we want to you. We murder you, kill you, you son of a gun. You see? And then now the truth come out. You are God's chosen people. And that mask is broken. Satan is broken. And now they're exposed as being monsters, beasts, hideous people who was terrorizing God's people for 400 plus years. And now they do judgment. And you the judgment. You the consequence. And it says, do unto them as was done to you. And now you the personification of their judgment. And they cut your tongue out. And now you here to take their tongue out their mouth. And you here to cut their tongue out. You get it? That's what we own. It says wrath. It says vengeance. Vengeance is mine. You see? We here for wrath, destruction. You see? And now we here to do unto them as was done to you. We already submitted to Adam. That time's up. Now the will of Allah is do unto them as was done to you. And now it said that what? That the envier became envious. When he found out that he was cursed. Now he was cursed because they cursed those who curse Israel. And he found out that he's cursed, that he's on the way to hell. And his forefathers are already in hell, and they're not in heaven. And he's on his way to hell, and that's where his fate is. It is sealed. You see, ain't nothing he can do. So now it said they reach out from their grave. The envious becomes envious. He couldn't believe that the people he hated the most, who he tormented and tortured, is on their way to heaven to make paradise. And they was living good. Now they have nothing, and they're on their way to hell. Straight judgment, straight terror and torture. You see, squeezing the 1 year, compressing the 1 year, a 400 years worth of consequence compressed into 1 year. Something you can't even fathom. You see what I'm saying? And now that's what they do. You see? And now they rushing at you. That's when they gonna tweak out. They gonna lose it. They gonna go nuts. They gonna go insane and rush at you to try to gain control, because now they lost that. They're not the spiritual seed of Abraham anymore. They're not God's. They're not good people. They're not going to get sent up in heaven. They're not. When the rapture came, they thought they was going to get lifted into heaven, and they was going to go be with the Father, go be with their ancestors. But they found that their ancestors in hell. You see? And now we headed to a time worse than our own experience, worse than the Holocaust. That's what it said. It said our people. That's why it's telling you to flee. You see, because these people are going to come at you. They're going to reach out from the grave, take you with them. Now they're going to take you out of existence, because now they have to try to reclaim control and gain back the control, which is getting rid of you, which is the evidence of their consequence. You get rid of you because you are their consequence. They have to get rid of the evidence of you, try to get rid of consequence, even though that's not how it works. You can't get rid of consequence. It just comes in another form. But they don't stop a person from trying to get rid of the evidence, trying to scoop it on the rug. You know, you see people go look at shows. They murder people and stuff. They try to get rid of the evidence. They try to do all they can do. They try to hire somebody that can help them get rid of the evidence. They're trying to get rid of the evidence, which is you. You see? And that's why it says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. And it says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, it says, flee. Because this would be the time where you would have to get out. You had to get out of the inner cities. I mean, you would have to get out of the suburbs, get out of their communities, get out of these devil's communities, get out of their neighborhoods, because they're going to kill you. Once they get that call that you're the person, that's the judgment, that you're the reason why they're going through all this hell and turmoil, that you're the reason, they're going to get that call and they're going to kill you. Because now you are the reason why they're going through all this destruction. You see? And Satan was destroyed. That wasn't supposed to happen. That's an abomination. And now it says flee. You see? Because you would have to get out before false Israel was destroyed. If you wanted a chance of living, before the destruction would be the time to start heading to the inner cities, get into the inner city, get where your people is, because we would gather up as a great army, and we would get you this knowledge, get you this information, get you your protection, and get up to speed, bring you up to speed, get you ready, prepared, start to prepare yourself. You see? Well, you ain't going nowhere, because you had to get your people prepared. You had to start lifting your people up, telling them about the abomination, desolation, and telling them what's going on. So the Levites is going through the tribulations, but the thing is, you're going to have to get your people up, bring your people up to speed, tell them about what's going on, get them prepared to get them through the tribulations, and you'll be going through the purification process. Right, get our people prepared to go through the tribulations, because our people are going through tribulations from the lack of knowledge, and the knowledge didn't reach them. So the Levites, who were in charge of telling our people about these things, were deceived by a son of a devil, and now our people are lost from the lack of knowledge. So now they had to go back and go through the purification process. And the only ones who are leaving are the elect in the black woman. You see, the goddess. You see, because without them, we wouldn't even be here. So they did their job. So you see any sister, you tell her ways paved with gold, and they're getting out of here with the elect. When Michael comes to deliver the elect, which is the God, Master Prophet Muhammad, he's coming to deliver the elect, and he's delivering the Son of Man and the elect, and the Son of Man, and they're going with the elect and the Son of Man. They're getting out of here with the messenger of the covenant and the 144,000. You see? So if you see a sister, you tell her ways paved with gold, and to get with those prophetess and get with those sisters so they can bring them up to speed, so they can be successful on their way out. You see? So, but the brothers, you're going through the tribulations, because it's going to be a purification process for you. You're going back into the incubator because you're not ready. Said you had to be 100%. Said you had to be perfect. You see? So you had to go back in. You see, you're silver, and the silver had to be purified as gold. So you had to be purified. You had to go through the tribulations, which is going to bring you up to speed. So you understand? You have to be 100%. So if you're 90, you need 10. If you're 80, you need 20. If you're 70, you need 30, so on and so forth. So you're going through the tribulations because you failed the mission. And the tribulations are make-up tests to purify you. You see, you be purified, and you be going through the purification process to get you prepared for the new reality, because the new reality is going to be more, the pressure is going to be higher than this reality. You see, it's going to be more difficult than this reality. You understand what I'm saying? So mental wise, you see, the thinking level is higher in the next reality. So this tribulation is going to prepare you to start thinking mathematical, start thinking logical, start thinking. You see, using your mind, using your ability to calculate and think, make great decisions, make the best decision, make the accurate decision. You see, it's going to bring you up to speed, brothers and sisters. So it's a trial. You see, it's not a punishment. It's a trial to get you prepared for the next reality. But if you end up failing, then it could be, you see, the end of you. But this is the thing. All you got to do is download this information, get this 7 churches, get this 7 thunders information. You see, do your 5 mathematical pillars of Islam, which is your protection. Get this information, get past the devil's thinking to get out of here, get out of this reality. You see, bring our people up to speed. You see, because this is what they needed. They needed to have all this information to get out of here when the elect, to leave out with the elect. But like I said, the Levites failed their mission. So now they got to go through the tribulations to do a makeup test to get our people through the tribulations. We got to get them through the tribulations. Now we got to get in there and taste the mud ourselves. Get back in there and taste the mud. Go through the unprecedented time, the worst time ever. A time like no other, never would it be, worse than our own experience. And we had to go through it, but we got the pillars. We have our protection. It said we do exploits. It said we walk through the fiery furnace without being burnt by the flames. See, because you see, but we had to go through this process. And not only that, it said do unto them as was done to you. So it said you wouldn't leave out of here until you bashed their baby's head into the wall. It said happy is the one who do it. You see, because you need to have no love, you need to have no compassion, no remorse, no sympathy, no nothing for these devils, for what they did to you. You understand? So this is going to prepare you for when we go home. It's more work to do. You understand what I'm saying? So you going through the tribulations, and you see, but the brother, the elect, and the sisters, and the message of the covenant, they out of here. You understand? That's what the 7 churches, it backed it up. It tells you exactly what's going on. That you be left behind, that you couldn't go. But you see, because then you fired up and you got amped up and you was ready to go, and now you start kicking ass and you start warning your people and telling them about the abomination of desolation, and they start knowing better, they do better, and now we starting to rise up and we become a great army, and we go, you see, they gonna get hit with everything that's due to them, and the last thing that they do to us gonna push us out altogether, and we're still going home. We have to purify. We have to be purified as gold before we go. Have to be 100%. You see? So that's what's going on, brothers and sisters. We're gonna get through this. You see? We're gonna get our people out of this situation. We're gonna save as many of our people as we can. And if you in the way, if you blocking the message, if you a time maker, if you you know what I'm saying? If you're a person that's in the way, blocking this message, preventing our people from getting this message, a traitor, a sellout, then you are, I would hate to be you. You see, because our people's lives are on your hand. Their blood is on your hand, and it's no forgiveness for that. You see, so those individuals, oh man, you're gonna wish you were dead. That would be a treat. That would be the best thing that could happen to you in your death. If you died, death would be better than you staying alive to receive the consequences you're going to receive for our people losing their lives, losing their loved ones, losing their families. You see? All because you decided to play around. You decided to block the message. You decided to get in the way. You decided to mislead them. You decided to try to explain what you thought was correct. You see? It don't matter that it was unintentional. If you step off a cliff, the consequence always remain the same. Your death. You understand? So with that being said, brothers and sisters, the abomination of desolation, which is the destruction of false Israel, which is a reflection of the consequence that they done to the people in Gaza, because they had to act. They were acting on that. They were doing that, and it said that all things will fail. And it said that a boomerang on them, and it said they'll hear what they say and do. And now it's coming their way, and that's a great sign for our time that our people are in danger. And that's the configuration of this book. It says that flee. Well, right, the destruction of false Israel, and this is when our people start to flee. You see, that's when they need to get out of here. Get the hell out of there. Don't go back to your house. Don't go back to get this. Don't go back to get your water bottle. Don't go back to get a piece of pizza. Don't go back to get nothing. Don't go back to get your baby. That's deep. You see? It say flee, 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 because you're in danger. You see? So with that being said, brothers and sisters, we're going to bring this to a close. Thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.